Say hi.
Hi.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
She's ready to go fishing when school's out. We were talking about it on the way down here.
Well, I tell you what, we appreciate her coming in here because the class and the beauty of this radio show is moving up with her in here.
No doubt.
Well, we got a good show tonight. It's one of our, from time to time, we've had a lot of guests in here lately. We had a full house last weekend with all the Commissioner's Cups folks, and we've had a studio full. So it's kind of nice every once in a while. Mark and I like to do we just wing it. Our shows where we wing it. Damon's in there, and he run in here occasionally when Mark makes a bad pun and hit the buzzer.
Hit the buzzer for us.
Things like that.
To knock you out.
I'll try not to do that tonight.
Like Aunt Esther.
No doubt.
Like Aunt Esther.
Oh, you got your hat on tonight.
Yeah, you like it? Hey, Joey, what's up? Fish on Custom Rods friends. I got my hat on tonight.
I had mine on. I just left it in the car. To be honest with you.
Well, you've been sporting your gear a little bit more on the air, and I haven't had an opportunity. Usually I like to show off my hair, Mark.
Yeah.
But I've been wearing a hat throughout most of the day, so
Mandy's got a hat for us. She said they've got a new hat out there, so I got to go out to Trader Bill's and see their new hat. She'll be in tomorrow. I'm going to slip out there, pick up a few baits.
Nice. I've been on the phone. We're gonna get to Philip Kastner here in just a couple of minutes, but I've talked to Philip already a couple of times this week. Right. There were some new game and fish regulations voted in last week, and
if anybody wants to be on the right side of the regulations, it's Philip Kastner.
Well, and he had questions, and I think I got an answer for him. And but we'll talk about some of those regulations tonight. There's some new stuff out there. We won't get into all of that, but I don't know. There's this 2-year reg cycle. It's like there's a lot of stuff in there, and I even had to go back and look myself at.
Well, there's one that you and I brought up, and we broached the subject
on this show.
Yes, on this show about muzzle loading.
Yep.
And we got some really good feedback from some folks while we were on the air.
Yep.
And look, bingo, it comes to fruition.
There it is. We have an alternative weapon season because it's not muzzleloader anymore because of straight-walled cartridges.
It just gets more people out in the outdoors. I mean, that's the thing about it. It's wonderful.
Yeah, you talked while I was gone a little bit about the Titan Bass program, stocking down at Lake Monticello.
They launched that a few weeks. Launched it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't blow up like a Titan II.
No doubt.
Sorry, Rodney, if that's a little too close to home for that joke for you.
Yeah.
I wonder if Rodney was up there at that point in time. I don't know if the shop was open, but if he was in the area.
I don't know.
Rodney Harper with Pure Country Taxidermy, and all the kids that were like, "What were they? What were they talking about?" This
what's this thing laying in the ditch over here that's glowing? Why does that butterfly have 9 heads?
We're going to hit some of that Titan Bass stuff. Go over it a little bit tonight. I think Mark a little bit later in the show, bottom of the hour, may quiz me about my saltwater adventures.
Yep.
We got some good keepers and calls for you, and it's National Safe Boating Week. Mark, did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Let's always talk about that before Memorial Day weekend, and so I think hint, that'll be part of the tip of the week.
Life jackets, kill switches.
I got some tips for you. I got it, man. I got it. I got the list.
Let's go.
Hey, you want to talk to Philip? Let's get a fishing report. How about that? Yep. I'm serious. I guess the touchscreen doesn't work anymore. Here we go.
It's time for the Trader Bill's Outdoors Fishing Report. With locations in Hot Springs and Little Rock, Trader Bill's is your one-stop for all things outdoors.
And we go to the Edwards Food Giant Hotline and welcome in our buddy Philip Kastner. What's happening, Philip?
Big weekend last weekend on Lake Greason.
I'm talking big weekend. Y'all paid out over $100,000 in cash and prizes. That's incredible.
Kind of stupid crazy. Yeah,
it is. It's
Nathan
unbelievable.
Paul and Matt Hamby won the Trader Bill's Team Trail Championship on Greason last weekend. They had 14.5 pounds.
It's time for the Trader Bill's Outdoors Fishing Report. With locations.
We'll send you a bill for half of that second one, Philip. Tell Mandy to be waiting by the
misfire, Philip. My bad.
Go ahead.
His worst things could have happened.
Yes.
Timmy Poe and Jeremiah Kendi got second with 14.16, and Cusick and Henderson had third with 13.95. So between first and third place was about half a pound. So it really got exciting there at the end.
Here's the cool part. Here's the cool part. Nathan caught his bass, a 5-pounder, at $2.53 to seal the deal.
Yeah, which is 3 minutes before the line's out. So, I mean, last second kind of a deal. So congratulations to them. And
they won a $54,000 Vexus boat. Man, what a deal.
Vexus donated a lot of stuff, of course, during the year. Of course, the Zuki outboards, all the people that have donated stuff toward the tournament circuit. We did the math, and it's like over 140% payback for the fishermen. So, so for every buck you guys put in, we add another 40 cents. So I don't know many tournament circuits that do that.
No, and it was, I mean, you know, what a great way. And you know, I know Nathan, I know Matt, and they fish hard in a lot of tournaments. And you know, it just goes to show you, you know, you keep your lines in the water till it's time to pull them out.
That's right, till the last second.
That's right. That's right. So what else is happening? What should we be doing if we're coming over to Ouachita, Hamilton, you know, Catherine?
Well, guys, Memorial Weekend. I don't know if you walked outside last night, but it is an absolute beaming full moon tonight. And it's already up. It's already up. So that means two things. Number one, the bluegill spawn is in full swing on the full moon of May, which is right now.
Right.
Circle the date. Number two, catfish spawn is always on the full moon of May. So those two things that I say to people, if you've got kids, you got family in town for Memorial Weekend, this is the weekend you go out there and you catch a bunch of brim and you catch catfish because they're all up on the banks doing their deal. And you can't find a better weekend than the full moon to do it in May, and this is it. So it's a great time with the holiday coming in to do that.
And you can catch brim right now a lot faster than you can clean them.
That's right, and they're big. And they are absolutely delicious.
They are.
Mark, we got to get out there and do a brim fishing trip before.
Yeah,
we hadn't done that in a minute or two.
We took a trip a few years back. Yeah, listen, I'd love to come over, and I'll bring my boat. Or
Philip, Mark said he'll clean 2 for everyone we catch.
Yeah, well.
You better have
I better have
a spoon and a sharp knife. You're going to need it.
No doubt, no doubt.
Well, Philip, great stuff as always. Have you? Before we let you go, are you getting squared away with the new alternative weapons season regulations? I was joking, Mark. I talked to you a couple times this week already about that.
Yeah, I'm learning. You know, I've got some really good friends in Mississippi. Of course, Mississippi and Louisiana have been doing this for many years. And that's kind of where Arkansas, I guess, got the curve from. But 350 Legend caliber, guys, seems to be, number one, a great ballistic option, but number two, ammunition is available. And that's the key to this.
Yeah.
Straight wall ammo is not just laying on the shelf everywhere. It's difficult to find. So there's a lot of great calibers out there. There's a lot of great straight wall guns. But you just got to make sure that you're going to be able to find everything, you know, that you're going to need for it. It's not like everybody had 50 caliber bullets and you know, things like that.
Right.
You know, there was only one caliber for muzzle loading. It was 50. That made it easy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Philip. We appreciate it, man.
It should be fun. I know it's going to be something fun for y'all to do over there at Trader Bill's Outdoors in Hot Springs and Little Rock. Philip, we appreciate you, buddy. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys.
That's Philip Castor on the Edwards Food Giant Hotline with our Trader Bill's Outdoors Fishing Report. We'll be back with more Wildside right after this break. Stick around.
All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros has been serving the community for more than 15 years. Locally owned and operated, we offer a wide range of name brand tires, wheels, and automotive service you can trust, so your dollars stay in our community. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, where customers are treated like family. Service like your daddy used to get. Visit in store at one of our 2 locations or shop for tires and service online at allabouttireandbrake.com.
Trader Bill's Outdoors has the largest fishing tackle selection in the region, including the newest lures and the newest colors, as well as a wide selection of locally made lures that are proven winners on Arkansas lakes and streams. They also carry top-of-the-line rods and reels by the industry's leading companies, and they employ local anglers who are always prepared to answer your questions and set you on the path to success. Trader Bill's Outdoors, 1530 Albert Pike in Hot Springs and 12006 I-30 Frontage Road in Little Rock.
Fly rods, from personal hobby to family passion to family business. That's Fish On Custom Rods. Unique custom fly rods are the namesake, but Fish On Custom Rods also carries premium brands like Thomas & Thomas, Able, Sims, Umpqua, and Airflow. Fish On's commitment to the fishing lifestyle goes beyond the water. Unique artisan wooden charcuterie and cutting boards made right here in Arkansas, outdoor art, and so much more. Check them out at the Painted Tree Marketplace on Chenal or at fishoncustomrods.com.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey. Check out the new location of Bell & Sword in Conway. Suits, shirts, vests, also polos with Arkansas logo gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. A store within a store with Arkansas-made Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. Fantastic service with a tailor-on staff to fit you perfectly. Go to the new location, Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street, Conway, or on Facebook and Instagram.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket.
Paid for by Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Dizzy's Gypsy Bistro, still downtown in the River Market, still offering a wide selection of all those stunning craft cocktails, including a great wine list and a wide selection of beer. And still with an eclectic, funky vibe, along with a wall full of great art. But now featuring an all-new menu that still has some of the old favorites on it too, including wedding cake. And of course, Dizzy's is the multiple-time winner of the Best Cheese Dip in the World competition, with a dog-friendly patio, great service, and room for large parties, up to 100 with reservations. Dizzy's will have you coming back again and again.
Hey everyone, this is Heather Baker, president and publisher of AY Media Group here in Arkansas. We publish two of the biggest and most widely read magazines in the entire state, AY Magazine and Arkansas Money and Politics. At AY and Arkansas Money and Politics, we keep you up to date on all the news you need to know and the stories you want to hear. Visit us online at aymag.com and armoneyandpolitics.com to see for yourself. Now, more than ever, it is important to be mindful of where you get your news and support your local businesses. With AY Media Group, you get the best of both worlds.
Welcome back to the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. The Wild Side Outdoor Report is brought to you by West Rock Landing, your gateway to fishing and fun on Lake Maumelle.
Well, we talked about Nathan Hall and Matt Hamby winning a nice Vexus boat, the Trader Bill's Team Trail Championship over the weekend. Philip covered that in the Outdoor Report. Last week in the West Rock Landing at Lake Maumelle Tuesday night tournament, Nestorenko and Woolley were first with $15.74. Plus, they won the Trader Bill's gift card because they had
they were wearing the swag.
Trader Bill's are Southern Real swag. If you got it on, you win a $25 gift card. Highest finisher. I mean, can't beat that. Second place, Matt Hedrick, Brandon Crane, $12.92. Third, Ben Burke, Randall Clark, $11.98. Big Bass was Barry Wolf and Stephen Dillon with $4.46. So that was pretty nice. I mean, nice fish. Been some really pretty fish coming in. First place, I should say it was the first $5,000 prize awarded in the Hot Springs Fishing Challenge. That's going on right now over on Lake Hamilton, Lake Catherine. Charles Keller actually caught the fish with a tag in it. So 5,000 is a nice day of fishing.
Yeah, was it last week or the week before? There was like a $500 fish or $1,000 fish?
$1,000.
$1,000 fish.
Yeah, I think there's been 5 or 6.
Do we know what this $5,000 fish was? What species?
No, I don't. It didn't say. We don't even know what Big Owl is.
That's right. Big Owl was like a bluegill a few years ago, wasn't it?
Something like that. But there's 66 fish total. 46 is on Hamilton, 20 on Catherine. So think about how big Hamilton is compared to Catherine. It sounds like you might have some good chances to go to, Catherine and maybe catch one over the Memorial Day weekend. So I got Cammie here. We're going to try to do a little brim fishing one afternoon if the rain will hold off. So aren't we?
Yep.
You like
sure
it?
Are.
There you go. There you go.
Cammie, do you usually catch more brim than Peep does?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I figured. I usually catch more fish than Peep does when I go with him too.
I just listen. I'm too busy baiting hooks. She and her brother are.
That's when you go with me, right?
Yeah,
that's what you meant.
Yeah. But Cammie and Cooper can catch them. I'd rather watch them catch them.
I've seen some video of Cammie reeling them in out there.
Yeah. I'd rather watch kids, like Cammie, Cooper, and you catch them, Trey. So,
of course.
You youngsters.
Yeah. Take your grandkids and me. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate that.
The West
Hey,
Rock,
I want to tack something onto the end of the West Rock Landing Outdoor Report, and it deals with that area out there. We have talked on this show before, Mark, about the Maumelle Pinnacles master plan and developing trails from Two Rivers all the way out to Pinnacle and beyond. And there is going to be an open house public meeting next Thursday night, 9 days from now, Thursday, May 30th, 5 to 7 p.m. at Roberts Elementary, 16601 LaMarche in West Little Rock. So if you're interested and want to know more about that plan and what it means and what those developments are and maybe even provide some input next Thursday night, 5 to 7 p.m.
And Tuesday night, just as a little teaser, we've got Raven Lawson and Brad from Central Arkansas Water coming on.
Nice.
They're going to come on next week and talk a little bit about what's going on out there in that area. And then Brad's going to talk a little bit about what
they're going to talk about. An interesting critter, I hear.
I've got video of it. It's great. A little teaser there. There is an alligator in Lake Maumelle. I've heard about this for. I've had calls for 3 years. People said they've seen it. This is the fourth.
You know what I think?
What do you think?
I think this is a conspiracy that Central Arkansas Water is using to keep people from swimming in Lake Maumelle.
Yeah, it's
that's a joke, everybody.
Yeah, it's called the name of it is the Loch Champ.
The Loch Champ.
Yeah, Loch Champ. So after two of the two more nefarious.
Would that be Loch Champ?
Like Champ, yeah. But, a buddy of mine that fished out there last year got video of one at night up in the creek area, up above the bridge. And this is the first time that we've got video of one out in the main lake. And you expect them. I mean, they come up from the river. They're going to come in from.
Oh, yeah. They're loaded. It's not a huge surprise.
No.
Let's talk about some of these new regs, Mark. We mentioned the muzzleloading season is now an alternative weapon season to reflect the fact that you can use non-semi-automatic firearms that shoot straight wall cartridges, 30 caliber and larger. So interesting expansion of opportunity there for deer hunters in Arkansas. Check this out, Mark. One of the coolest things, I'd heard about this a couple of weeks ago, but it wasn't official until last Thursday when all these regs were passed by the Game and Fish Commission. But there's going to be a new permit quail hunt. Pretty small. I mean, not many permits to start with.
But the permit small?
No, that was what I called in Mexico, a small permit. New opportunity at Stone Prairie and Little Bayou wildlife management areas, and there are also going to be some quail hunting opportunities on Jack Mountain, Leaseland, and Harold E. Alexander Spring River WMA. So that's some good news. Did away with the private land antlerless only modern gut deer hunt, which was a result of participation had kind of slowed down in that, and the game and fish biologists had seen some slight reductions in fawn recruitment, so wanted to kind of take some pressure off the does with that. And let's see.
I hear music. I barely hear music.
Yeah, there's music coming in. tabled the regulation for the one mallard hen bag limit in duck season, but there were some fishing regs, lots of stuff. Looks like we got a call coming in on line one. We got to take a little break here.
4 minutes, just quick.
Yeah, if that caller will hang on the line, we'll hit them on the back side of this break. But we'll talk a little bit more, maybe about some of those regs, about some Titan bass, maybe talk a little bit about my adventures south of the border, and we'll do all that when the Wild Side returns. Stick around, more coming up.
It's time to hit the lakes and rivers, but before you back that boat into the water, stop by Battery Outfitters in North Little Rock, because the boat ramp is a bad place to discover a dead battery. Stephen Heron and the crew will take care of you like family and make sure you are charged up and ready to roll before you make the first cast. Bad batteries take your fish finder out of the equation, and you can't stay on the fish if your trolling motor won't turn. So take charge of your fishing fortunes with a trip to Battery Outfitters, 5915 JFK Boulevard.
Mark Hedrick here from the Wild Side to tell you about our friends at West Rock Landing on Lake Maumelle. I've been fishing Maumelle for decades, and even though I've learned a few things about catching fish on the lake through the years, I've also learned that it all starts at West Rock Landing. If you're looking for a place to hold your next bass tournament, our friends at West Rock are ready to help you take care of the details. Their covered deck is perfect for weigh-ins. They can also set you up with a boat rental for a day of fishing or a day of just enjoying the views and the area's wildlife. Go see them today. West Rock Landing, your gateway to Lake Maumelle.
I'm Trey Reid from the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz, and when I'm looking for a great home-cooked lunch on the fly, my go-to spot is the deli at my neighborhood Edwards Food Giant. There's always a great selection of delicious meats and vegetables, fresh from the kitchen and served with a smile by the friendly folks behind the deli counter. You'll get heaping portions with cornbread or a dinner roll and a drink to wash it down, all for under $9. For home cooking without the hassle of washing dishes, go see our friends at Edwards Food Giant.
What's your Oaklawn? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklawn's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games, and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklawn. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
QC Kinetics provided amazing pain relief for a former professional baseball player, and you have access to the same life-changing treatments as retired pitcher Jose Alvarez.
I put a lot of stress and strain and work on my right arm, but my right elbow took most of the damage with 3 surgeries.
Arthritis developed, and the pain was unbearable.
It wasn't just pain when I was trying to play sports. It was anytime I was moving the right elbow. It was pretty excruciating at times.
That's when Jose discovered QC Kinetics and their regenerative treatments that help the body heal itself, restoring damaged tissue and providing relief with no surgery or downtime. Jose's message to the medical professionals at QC Kinetics?
My elbow is feeling outstanding. Where were you 10 years ago, for crying out loud?
QC Kinetics is right here. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. Southern Bank is a 137-year-old community bank with branches across Arkansas, founded on strength and stability. Real community-style banking, local decisions, and friendly staff you know by name, all coupled with competitive deposit and loan rates. From small to large projects, we can handle it all. So what's holding you back? Give us a call at 501-424-0900 or check out our website at bankwithsouthern.com. Learn how you can experience the Southern Bank difference today. Member FDIC.
Do you know what's even better than a doe steak and tamales? Doe steak and tamales on our dog-friendly patio. So come on down Monday through Friday 11 to 2 for lunch and Monday through Saturday 5 to 9 for dinner. Doe's is at the corner of Ringo and Markham in downtown Little Rock, where we are locally owned and operated for over 36 years. And don't forget, Doe's Eat Place for goodness steaks.
Welcome back to the Wild Side. Trey Reid and Mark Hedrick with you on a warm and muggy Wednesday night.
I got to do something before we do a whole lot, Trey. My little sister's birthday today, so I want to.
Well, happy birthday, Mark's little sister.
Yeah, I want to wish my sister Cindy Jane a happy 39th birthday.
Oh.
You know.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, happy 39.
Well, and for 39 years, she's had to live with you as an older brother.
Yeah, and I'm just barely over 40.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You turn 41 in June, don't you?
I actually turned 40 in June. 40. The big 40. And then, actually, my algebraic age is X plus 40. So you can figure that out later on.
I like it. Well, happy birthday, Cindy, and condolences for Mark being your brother all these years.
And if I was sensitive, that would have hurt me. But
if I was sensitive, I wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, that's right. Makes two of us.
Hey, let's go to line one and talk to Lewis in North Little Rock.
Hey,
Lewis, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, how you guys doing? Long time no talk.
It's been a minute. Well, it says on the call board here that Damon has typed in Lake Monticello. You got a question about Lake Monticello, and then another one. But we'll start with Lake Monticello. What's on your mind there, Lewis?
Well, I was just wondering, have they opened that back up yet? Or still?
It was on the verge. I heard last week, Lewis, that the city was looking at the levels and was considering opening it as early as this week. Now, I don't know if that has happened or not. That is a call that's made by the city of Monticello, because it's their lake, obviously. But I don't know. You could probably check the city website, and there might be some information there. But I think it is imminent, the opening of the lake.
Also, you probably want to check what the creels are on there. I would assume that it may be. Is it catch and release everything like they do in a lot of instances, or how's that work?
I believe it still is, Mark.
Yeah.
At least on largemouth. It's so new and everything's just coming back online. I personally haven't been paying that close attention.
They put 9,000 Titan bass in the lake, which are bred out of Georgia,
Red Hills in Georgia, and it's the first time, Lewis, if you know that this company has stocked these Titan bass in a public waterway. They worked with a lot of private entities over the years, but these fish are it's a proprietary system they have where they identify a spot on the largemouth bass genetic sequence that determines the ability to grow big. Looks like we've got another call coming in there on line 2, Damon. So they grow fast, they grow big, and that lake, with it being new lake effect, it's going to be on fire for some time, man. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Going to be real
Lake
good.
Conway comes online again, that lake will be on fire, and Conway will be on fire.
Yep.
All right, and then one last question. A friend of mine, he lived up in Michigan for a while, but now he's down here, and he was wondering, do you guys have like a master angler program? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Game and Fish does have a master angler program, and you can get the details at agfc.com, but essentially, you can get a patch or a pin, I'm not sure what it is these days, but by catching a fish of a certain size in each species, there's like a classification.
So here this guy comes to town, saunters up, and goes, what's the course record and where's the first tee box? That's pretty much what he's saying, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, we hope he goes out and gets a Master Angler Award. We'd like to talk
absolutely.
to him when he does.
Lewis, always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
All right, you bet. All right,
Thanks,
take
Lewis.
care, guys.
Take care, Lewis. Let's go to line 2. Well, maybe Damon still got him. We got the Bisco Hunter, and guess where he's calling from? Bisco.
Yeah.
He wants to talk about duck season. Bisco Hunter, what's on your mind?
Yeah, question for Trey. I want to know if there was any decisions on official decisions on spinning wing motion decoys, and also what the goose limit was going to be for speckle bellies. And I'll hang up and listen.
Oh, thanks,
Appreciate
Bisco Hunter. Appreciate the call. The spinning wing decoys are allowed now on wildlife management areas. They have not been allowed on public land on commission-owned WMAs for a number of years, and they are back. I believe the limit on speckle bellies, gosh, man, I'm going to have to look, see if I've got this in here. I've got the dates. I'm not sure I've got the limits, but yeah, I'll look it up. We'll put it on our website, Bisco Hunter. But
what about
waterfowl
forward-facing sonar for ducks?
Yeah, you can actually it's forward-facing radar.
There it is.
It's radar. It's not sonar. Yeah. But,
well, we'll get that. We'll get the information.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. They voted Thursday again. This 2-year regulation cycle. I mean, it's good, and I like the consistency and being things not changing or relatively little change for a 2-year period. But there's a lot to address because it's less frequent now, and I have an overview summary printed out here of some of the dates and those decisions, but I don't have. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you what the bag limit, if it's 2 or 3 on speckle bellies.
Well, it says right here.
Well, is that
the old one?
That's the old one, Mark. This is this one probably. I'd have to go back and look at the agenda back up to get it exactly right. But anyway, thanks for the call, Bisco Hunter. I think we got some time. You want to slip in some keepers and calls here, Mark? I think we got a few minutes, don't we?
Yeah,
we got a few minutes. Let's do that. Let us do that. Where are we at here? There we go.
It's time for this week's Keepers and Calls, presented by Hot Springs and Little Rock. It's time for this week's Keepers and Calls, presented by Battery Outfitters. Sometimes you keep them, sometimes you throw them back. But when it comes to your battery needs, the service and selection at Battery Outfitters are always keepers.
I think the oxygen mask is falling down in the cockpit.
Severe turbulence.
Yeah, there's severe turbulence in here tonight.
It's like the little red bubbles on your notifications on your phone. It's just like red and yellow blinking light over here.
Yeah.
It's like I'm about to seize.
Yeah, something's getting ready to happen.
So anyway, all right, what do you got, Mark?
Well, I got a call. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a keeper too. There was a bear in Colorado, Trey, that broke into a Subaru Outback. Looking for snacks, food. A bear will do that. They'll dig around about everything. If you leave your door to your house open, or if your tent or whatever, you don't put your food up, they'll come after. Anyway, this bear gets locked in while it's in there.
I bet that car was a wreck.
So anyway, in its panic and clawing at the doors to get out, it apparently, I don't know, butt shifted, I guess would be the best way to put it, the Subaru Outback.
Knocked it into gear
and
or put it in neutral.
Put it in neutral, and it rolled back and off their drive and went down this hill about 100 feet, crashed, rendering the car undrivable.
Yeah.
But in the process, the bear did hop out of the car because one of the doors opened and fled on his paws to wherever he's going to go. But the thing is that what a wonderful commercial for Subaru Outback.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the bear survived.
The bear made it. I mean, can you?
Crash test bear.
Yeah, no doubt. And go ahead and give us yours.
Well, I've this was actually an older study. I don't know why it popped up on one of BBC Wildlife. Ask a science question. But you ever wondered why dogs circle around before they post up to do their business?
Never even thought about it, Trey. Not once in my life.
Well, you never wondered why they circle around before they they're gonna. Sorry, Cammy. They're gonna poop.
Yeah, I've never.
So these researchers believe it has something to do with magnetic fields because they did this project. It's been about 10 or 11 years ago, but again, it resurfaced in a recent news article. They almost always align north and south.
Well, so would that be the reason they do it? They get in their little beds, little dog beds, and go around in circles?
Perhaps there is some evidence that animals rest in a north-south orientation too. Now, not always north, but they're on that pole. They're on a polar line.
What about? I'm a east-west sleeper.
Well, my facilities face west. Actually,
I'm an east-west sleeper. I'm an east-west sleeper. I mean, I'm facing. I think Yeah, I'm east-west. I'm not north-south.
Anyway, we'll move on. I didn't have any others. I had one back. Oh,
I have one quick one.
Throw it in there because I got a call too. We'll hit it on the backside if we have to.
The cicadas are up the White River. My brother-in-law called and let me know the White River is on fire. So is the North Fork. The cicadas are everywhere, and they're catching smallmouth bass on Crooked Creek like crazy. These
little red foam-bodied flies,
well,
black foam bodies with red eyes. I'm sorry.
I bet that's a blast.
I mix those
Watch
up.
out for copperheads, though. They say the copperheads are out everywhere because they love these things.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Well, very interesting. Well, I'm always on the watch out for
Mr. No Shoulders?
Mr. No Shoulders this time of year. I walked through some of the tallest grass in tennis shoes and shorts
and you've
yesterday.
Got bumps on your feet to prove it.
Yeah, I do, but I don't have any snake bites, thank goodness. Hey, we'll be back with more Wild Side right after this. Stick around.
Mr. Phillips found old Johnny Cash.
Trader Bill's Outdoors is the one-stop shop for all your fishing and boating needs. They carry Vexus bass boats, Godfrey pontoons, and Taiga surf, wake, and ski boats. Their marine department also features parts and accessories from most boat manufacturers. And if something goes wrong with your boat, their service department is ready to get you back in the game with quality repairs and friendly service. Trader Bill's Outdoors, 1530 Albert Pike in Hot Springs and 12006 I-30 Frontage Road in Little Rock, where great fishing and boating began. Hey folks, Mark Hedrick here to tell you about Battery Outfitters in North Little Rock. They're here to serve your battery needs, from cell phones to hearing aids to power tools. And when it comes to service, Battery Outfitters is second to none. Got a problem with your truck or your boat battery? Just pull in at 5915 JFK Boulevard and the Battery Outfitters crew will handle the rest. And don't forget to ask about Key Fob Friday and watch Battery Saturday. You'll be glad you did. Battery Outfitters, 501-537-4990 for all your battery needs.
All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros has been serving the community for more than 15 years. Locally owned and operated, we offer a wide range of name brand tires, wheels, and automotive service you can trust, so your dollars stay in our community. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros, where customers are treated like family. Service like your daddy used to get. Visit in store at one of our 2 locations or shop for tires and service online at allabouttireandbrake.com.
So the Monticello Chamber of Commerce calls me and says, hey, we'd like to have Craig O'Neill come down and speak at our annual Academic Excellence Luncheon for Drew County high schoolers. So I'm driving down there in my Genesis GV70, and an hour into the trip, I get a back massage from the car. Just when I thought that Genesis couldn't get any more incredible. And at Genesis of Conway, they can get you into a GV70 EV for as low as $499 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury is now.
Extraordinary events come once in a blue moon, and right now, even the most extravagant luxuries are well within reach. The one and only May sale is back at Sissy's Log Cabin, and you can save up to 50% on nearly everything in the store. This is your chance to get the service, selection, and experience that makes you feel like family at the best prices of the year, guaranteed. Don't miss the one and only May sale at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Okay, Arkansas, you asked, we answered. The Natural State Jackpot now draws 7 days a week. Woohoo! That means bigger, faster growing jackpots and more winning. Best of all, a ticket is still just $1. Match 2 numbers or more and you're a winner. Match all 5 and you're a jackpot winner. Feeling lucky? Play the Natural State Jackpot today in stores or online. Good luck, Arkansas. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
I'm a real wild one, wild one, wild one, wild one.
Welcome back to the Wild Side. Trey Reid and Mark Hedrick with you. Damon Poole in the control room. Damon also keeping a close eye on the weather. We do have some severe weather. Want to let you know about up in the northern part of our coverage area here on 103.7 The Buzz. Tornado warning has been issued for areas between, right now it looks like between Dover and Hector. That's going to affect parts of Pope, Johnson, Van Buren counties, and one more up there that
Crawford.
I don't think it's Crawford. Not
Conway
sure.
County.
Conway, little
until
section,
8:15.
little section of Conway County. Thanks, Damon. Until 8:15. Hey, boy, the phones are lighting up tonight. Got another call. Let's talk to Steve in Maumelle. Steve, what's on your mind?
Hey, not much. Hey, I had a question for Mark. Mark, were you down at the Blossom Festival this weekend?
No, I wasn't. I was not.
They had a cooker named Mark Hedrick. I said, that's the only Mark Hedrick I could ever think of. So I went and tried to get one of his steaks, and they were gone. I said, "Where's Mark Hedrick?" He was gone too. So
there was a guy that was there was a guy in the Air Force, a guy, an insurance agent. There was another guy. They're all named Mark Hedrick. I used to get their calls all the time. I guess I was the oldest one. I guess I was the oldest one been here the longest, but no, I wasn't. But man, I wish you'd gotten a steak out of the deal.
I did get a good steak.
Well, good.
It was an awesome time. Hey, y'all take care. Enjoy the show.
Thanks
for
Steve.
calling in.
Take care. Hope you get out there and catch you some big bluegills, man. It's time.
I'm going to.
All right, we'll see you, Steve. Let's go to line 2 and talk to J.K. in Fairfield Bay. He wants to talk about Greer's Ferry. What's going on, J.K.?
Hey, guys. I just turned 70, and me and my granddaughters were out on Greer's Ferry Lake, and my grandfather and my dad cut timber off that property before they flooded that land down there, and they moved the graveyard up to Eglantine, and they weren't real sure if they moved all the graves, but my granddaughter said, "Daddy, this is God made this lake." And I said, "Sweetheart, John F. Kennedy." And I took her to the dam, and she said, "This lake wasn't here by accident." I said, "No, it was on purpose, sweetheart." And she finally believed me.
Yeah.
After hearing, and I told her, I said, I showed her pictures of Dad and my grandpa hauling that timber out down there, and they left a lot of timber down there, but I thought it was pretty interesting that she thought that lake just showed up.
That is pretty interesting.
I'm
you take for granted. Oh, it's always been here. It's always looked like this.
Well, I'm same age you are, and I can remember, before they put the McClellan Kerr navigation system in on the Arkansas River here in Little Rock. I mean, the river looked totally different. I mean, it's a whole different deal now. I mean, and if
my grandfather and my dad took me for a drive off of Choctaw. If you drive off of Choctaw into the lake, there's a road that goes off down by the area where you camp. And I told her, I said, this road used to go out to Greer's Ferry. And she said, no way. And I said, there's roads underneath.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Greer's Ferry. And I said, there are dwellings that were left there as fish habitat. And I just thought that was interesting.
It is.
I wanted to call in, Trey, because I've been around a long time. And I thought it was funny that she just thought Greer's Ferry just showed up and it was God, God created it.
Yep.
Not really.
Absolutely.
Not really. God helped, but
hey,
my grandpa and your great-grandpa helped feel it. So I think that's cool.
Very
No
cool.
doubt.
JK, thanks for the call. Hey, be weather aware. That system we're talking about that's over around Dover and Hector right now is headed in the general direction of you up there around Clinton. So who knows if it'll hold together? But keep an eye on your weather, man, and be safe out there.
Thanks a lot for calling in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, JK.
Thank you. I'm standing outside. I'm seeing it. Thanks, guys.
All right, take care,
Bye.
JK. Boy, the phone lines have been hot tonight, man. Once again, if you're just joining us, keep an eye on the weather. There's a tornado warning that's been issued up in the Dover, Hector area for several counties there. Johnson, Pope, Van Buren, and Conway counties under a tornado warning right now. If things get serious in here around the metro, we will break in with additional weather reports.
He was talking about his granddaughter.
Perfect segue. You stole my segue.
Okay,
go ahead.
All I was going to say was it was interesting to me that I would take Cammie out on Lake Maumelle and we'd turn my side scan imaging on and we'd drive across bridges and you'd see the railing. And my grandson, thought that was so cool. If you have that, you can actually drive.
Yeah, you can
down the lake and see the timber, now with the forward facing stuff. It's really cool too. But that side scan imaging is pretty neat.
Well, Cameron, tell us a little bit about what's your favorite fish to fish for on Lake Maumelle when you go out there with Pete?
Probably orange eye or like Kentucky.
Yeah, she likes the Kentucky bass and she loves fish for crappie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the orange eyes. We used to call them orange eyes.
Yeah, that's what y'all call the Kentuckies.
Yeah, because she loved catching them because they had orange eyes on them. But they're beautiful fish.
Yeah. Now, do you ever help Pete clean the fish? Does he take care of that?
Sometimes I help.
Yeah,
she's
helped
lot.
before. She's helped before. I mean, she'll come out there and watch. And
does he ever give you a separate Ziploc bag with my name on it to bring me some fillets? Have you ever seen one of those?
Never.
Oh, that's a good one.
Cameron, you come back anytime. That was a good answer. Funny.
That hurt me there.
That was funny.
Well, we do a lot of crappie fishing out there, especially when it gets, because Cammie will go rain or shine. She is not afraid of getting a little bit wet out there. We don't like storms.
Well, the fish are wet, aren't they? It doesn't really matter to them.
Listen, Trey, you and I both know every time we ever got wet, we dried out. Every time. So, tell me a little. I want to hear about your fishing trip down to the Guadalupe River.
I didn't really get to fish on the Guadalupe, but it was really cool, Mark. And
you went to the Robert Earl Keene,
went to Robert Earl Keene and Willie Nelson 2 nights on the Whitewater Amphitheater on the Guadalupe, but one of the coolest things, I think I told you that I was going to go to the Alamo when I called in that night, and Eric was in here with you, and but I did, and it was cool. But got to actually see where some of the, went down to a ranch called the El Capote Ranch, which a friend's cousin inherited a number of years ago, and the Guadalupe runs through there, and they allegedly Santa Ana crossed the river on that property somewhere. But we got out actually in an aluminum boat powered by a jet drive that was built in Lonsdale, Arkansas, believe it or not. Wendell, the host, was like, "Man, y'all make some good boats up there in Arkansas." And I said, "Well, Wendell, we make great aluminum boats because it's part of our culture, but it's also where the bauxite mines were, and it's kind of the home of a lot of aluminum production." But
let me ask you this, though.
I didn't catch any Guadalupe bass, though, Mark. Let me cut to the chase.
I want to ask you something, though, we only got about 10 seconds. I'll come back and I'll ask you after the break. I got a question for you.
All right, that's what you call a cliffhanger right there.
Yeah,
More Wild Side coming up.
I'm Mark Hedrick from the Wild Side here on 103.7 The Buzz. You probably already know Edwards Food Giant as the meat people. And when I'm looking to throw a steak on the grill, my first stop is the incredible meat counter at Edwards Food Giant. Ribeyes, fillets, strips, T-bones, and porterhouses. Whatever your favorite cut, you'll find the best selection of certified Angus beef at Edwards Food Giant. Their prices are great, with weekly specials that will make your next steak dinner as affordable as it is tasty. Go see them today. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people.
Spring and summer may be behind us, but that doesn't mean there's not a good reason to get out to Lake Maumelle to enjoy a day on the water. Trey Reid here from the Wild Side to tell you about West Rock Landing. Our friends at West Rock have everything you need to enjoy a day on the lake. Whether you're fishing for bass or crappie, or just taking in the amazing views of the Ouachita Mountains, West Rock offers bait, tackle, boat rentals, and so much more. Check them out at westrocklanding.com or go see them just a few miles west of Little Rock on Highway 10. West Rock Landing, your gateway to Lake Maumelle. If you're a fly fisher and outdoor enthusiast who can't get enough, Fish On Custom Rods shares your focus. Fish On started out crafting custom rods with beautiful hand-turned wooden reel seats, but their commitment to quality artisan products and the outdoor lifestyle has turned a family passion into much more. Thomas & Thomas fly rods, Able reels, unique custom rods, and incredible handmade artisan wood products like charcuterie boards. Celebrate the fly fishing life with gear and gifts from Fish On Custom Rods. Learn more at FishOnCustomRods.com.
Let me tell you about my friends Carl and Karen. This place is sus. Let's go to Tunica. And so they did. And immediately, they became winners.
Hey, baby, what you doing?
Winning. Hey, baby, what you doing?
Winning.
And not just gaming either. They did spinning, dancing, or at the sports book. Winning. Or enjoying a world-renowned meal. Winning. No matter what you're doing in Tunica, you're always a winner. Learn more at tunicatravel.com.
Do you need Rainwater Holt in Sexton? Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. It really is just that easy. If you've been injured and need help, it doesn't matter where in Arkansas you are. Just dial 888-8888. We'll come to you. I'm Mike Rainwater of Rainwater Holt in Sexton. We have been thankfully serving Arkansans for years, and we appreciate the trust you've put in us. We work hard for you, Arkansas, each and every day. Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free.
I went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins.
Join the millions of people who are celebrating going hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Footwear you just step into and they're on.
It's crazy how something as simple as a pair of shoes have made my life better.
After trying Skechers Slip-ins, I want all my shoes to have this technology.
See what everybody can't stop talking about. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them.
With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise.
No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures.
It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. Our team of experts can become your outsourced IT department, solving problems even before you know about them. We provide and maintain everything from servers and network infrastructure to printers and digital copiers. As a family business with over 80 years of history in Little Rock, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. If you're ready to get your IT in order, visit captg.com and sign up for a free consultation.
Welcome back to the Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. It's the All About Tire and Brake tip of the week. All About Tire and Brake, because you deserve hassle-free service.
Well, welcome back to the Wild Side. Trey Reid and Mark Hedrick with you. Tip of the week this week. I mentioned earlier, it is a safe boating week across the USA. Of course, the Memorial Day weekend coming up, and don't forget, while we celebrate Memorial Day, but in addition to it being a somber holiday, it's also the unofficial kickoff to boating season when folks get out and start enjoying the water. And those 3 months of summertime, schools are letting out. Some are already out. Some will be out this week, some next. But we want to remind you while you're out there to be careful. It's It is the holiday weekends can see a lot of traffic. You know, biggest reminder is to wear that life jacket. It floats and you don't, and always a factor. Most fatalities could be prevented if life jackets were worn. A couple of other tips, you know, stay away from the booze if you're going to be driving the boat. You know, some other things to keep in mind. Check your equipment. Make sure it's all in proper working order if this is the first time you're getting out. Make a float plan. Leave it with somebody. Let them know what's going on when you're supposed to be back. Man, use that kill switch. That is very, very important. Keep an eye on the weather. Know what's going on around you at all times. Know where you're going and travel at safe speeds. And keep in touch. Let people know where you're going to be. Use have some communication devices on boat. Hey, you know one thing, Mark? I was talking to Stephanie Weatherington, the boating law administrator at Arkansas Game and Fish, and they're getting a lot more accidents like distracted driving, people looking down at cell phones and not paying attention. But you know another one is for our fishing friends. Man, you get those the size of these electronics now.
Yeah.
I mean that can be distracting in and of itself. And if you think about it at night and the brightness of some of those, and
bright.
when you're driving the boat, man,
I'll tell you something else to keep in mind.
Just be
too.
careful out there. That's my tip of the week.
While you're running out there, remember there's a lot of dads and moms out there teaching their little ones to ski and to wakeboard and do all this. And so, you know, you may not see anything out there. May not be any boats close to you, but there may be a little one or somebody out there floating in the water. Waiting on somebody to come back by and pick them up. So keep your head on a swivel, and you know, don't run too fast. Be careful this weekend. A lot of folks just don't. A lot of guys that I know that fish just really don't go out on these weekends to fish because it's just
you got to go out early. You know, another thing that Stephanie was telling me just while we're talking about safe boating here, something to keep in mind that. You know, everybody born after 1985 is required to have boater education before operating a motor boat in Arkansas. But if you look at the accident statistics, that's not who's involved in the accidents. It's folks about my age, maybe mid-40s into their 50s and 60s who are involved in a lot of these accidents. So, you know, consider taking boater safety, boater education, even if you're not required. And I know the good folks over at Arkansas Game and Fish are kind of targeting folks in that age group to remind them that, you know, hey, you're the ones having the accident, so be careful out there.
You know, a tease for next week. I just want to keep y'all, keep everybody in mind. Next week we're going to have Brad Meredith and Raven Lawson from Central Arkansas Water, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the Floridone that they put in the lake over the winter, Trey, brought the lake down. Seeing a lot of water willow in the lake again. It's starting to saw some dollar pads out there today, not seeing much hydrill at all. So we'll talk about that next week and talk about what's going on.
Looking forward to a Lake Maumelle discussion next week. Hey, Mark, another lake. I wanted to throw this in the Coles. I just saw this late in the day today from the Game and Fish Fisheries Division. Been a pretty significant crappie die-off at Horseshoe Lake in Crittenden County, and I wanted to throw that in as a call earlier. We didn't get to it, but just
I don't know what it is. It'll take a week.
Yeah, it's going to take several weeks. Game and Fish started getting calls last week, Monday the 13th. Got there the next day, collected some samples of crappies that were alive, but in distress. Also, several hundred dead crappie and about 100 that were alive and in distress. Also, a few dead sunfish. Got those over to the Game and Fish pathologist who processed the samples. Appears to be a bacterial or viral in nature. Those samples, though, were sent off to a laboratory outside of Game and Fish to determine the specific virus or bacteria. And it'll take about 4 weeks to get those results back. Good news is the fish are still safe to eat. Those viruses and bacteria,
cook them all the way.
Cook them, they'll be okay. You know, still the guidance is if they're sick or struggling and don't look right, or you know, with any animals, don't take and eat sickly looking animals. So
it's kind of what when. You know, like I say, you're right. If you see a deer that's sick or a fish that's sick or anything like that,
probably let it go.
Yeah,
let that one pass.
Hey, Cammie, thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
to the show with me tonight.
You come back anytime and tell stories about Pete fishing. Okay.
I will.
All right. It's good to see you. Hey, it's been a good night. Hey, don't forget, before we sign off, be weather aware. There are some storm systems moving through, especially in that Dardanelle, Russellville, Hector, Dover, and points northeast from there. Keep your eyes on the sky and tune in to your weather folks to let them know what's going on.
We'll break in with Channel 4 if we have to in a little bit.
Thank you, Damon. For Damon Poole and Mark Hedrick, and for Cammie, I'm Trey Reid. We'll talk to you next week on The Wild Side.
The last bastion of quality programming.
Why would you listen to any other radio station than 103.7 The Buzz? KABZ, Little Rock.